Done.
One thing before starting the meeting, I have to one second. I will just have a look at the data also. So whatever the data which you have sent it to me, okay. So I have asked you, okay, one second. Form format. So this is the format of the bill of material which you have sent it out to me. Okay. I have asked, okay, whatever the product data in which you will add the things, okay, the name of the product, the unit of measurement should be matched with the bill of material data, right? In the first meeting. Okay. But
Correct. Correct.
if you see here, like there are some unit of measurement mismatch in the product and the bill of material. Just like if you see here, okay, laminate pouch has been added, has been used in this, right?
Shabib, just a minute.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Just, yeah. So just I want to introduce Dev sir also. Now
Okay,
Dev sir is also
okay,
because yeah he could not join earlier meeting.
okay, okay. Hi, hi, hello, 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 sir. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
that's
So I'll just tell to Dev sir. So
Uh,
the for the ginger paste in the bomb initially we like in the recipe like for 100 grams. If we are talking about the ginger garlic paste, our recipe for in the ginger garlic paste there is a recipe. So there is no point of writing ginger, garlic, salt like that all the ingredients in the bomb. Okay. In a individual SKU bomb. In the individual SKU bomb, like for example, if I am making a SKU of a product, you can open that bomb sheet, Shabib. So in that, if I'm writing in 100 gram GGP, that is my product code, and there is a category code. In that, what are the things I needed? I need a cap. There is a product code for cap. Bottle I need. Label I need. Foil I need. Whereas ginger garlic paste I need. So there, unnecessarily instead of writing the ginger garlic in a 100 gram, what is the percentage? It is very difficult. Like a 25 gram, if I'm writing, I know the laminate which I want, and I know the secondary bundle, then tertiary pack. The same way in the corrugated box, I cannot write for the 100 gram bottle how much corrugated box because my 70 bottles are going in that 20 kg bottles. So we decided for the corrugated tertiary for the ginger garlic paste. In the bomb, it will show as a ginger garlic paste.
don't do that.
Then there is a separate sheet where we are writing for the ginger garlic paste 1 kg the entire recipe.
That will not be in your system.
Okay.
So that is not
it is
the
the system only.
in the system there
Yeah,
is
yeah, in
separate.
the system only.
No, no. So what I want to understand is
So just you can explain because that is the one critical thing which we had decided last time. No, like instead of writing the 100 gram recipe of the ginger garlic paste,
hmm.
we will write the ginger garlic paste will be coming into that as a 100 gram.
So if
Okay.
you see here the fields, the cells which I have highlighted, okay. So this is the one bill of material for GGP 100 gram, okay. That is ginger garlic paste 100 gram, okay. So and these are the raw materials which we require to make 100 gram ginger garlic paste, which is ginger garlic paste as an 100 gram. We will use ginger garlic paste, raw ginger garlic paste as a 100 gram. We will use a jar. We will use a cap. We will use a label, and we will use a foil. So this will be one bill of material. Okay. And you haven't sent me the recipe yet, but the thing is that we have a separate bomb for this ginger garlic paste where we will require some salt, we will require the raw ginger, the raw garlic, right? So that will be a separate bill of material. So what we'll do is, because ginger garlic paste is something which is a make to stock item, right? Okay, we will make every day, right? Ginger garlic paste in 100 kgs, 200 kgs in a bulk manner, right? So once we have ginger garlic paste ready with us, we can pack it, right, in a 100 gram pouch, with a 30 gram pouch, in a 200 gram, right? So we have to
Yes.
use the ginger garlic paste as a raw material, which is it will use 100 gram in this to make the one paste of the to make the 100 gram pouch. Okay.
okay.
Use one cap. We will use one label. We will use one piece of this foil, 100 gram, 63 mm. Okay. And for this corrugated box, so let's say for this 100 ginger garlic paste 100 gram, we will pack 140 pieces in one box, right? So what I need to do is I have to convert this into for one piece. So what I do is, okay, I will make the decimal factor for that, and whenever you will make the finished good in terms of, like, let's say 140 pieces, so this will come as a one piece ultimately in the calculation.
Yeah,
The
that is
system
perfect.
also, okay, how we can do this. Okay, so do we have
Only doubt here for the
huh,
ginger garlic paste.
hmm,
That means you are going to create a separate bomb.
Right. So for this
Okay.
ginger garlic paste, we will be having a separate bill of material which will be in the present in the system, and that ginger garlic paste bomb will be running regularly, right? That is not something which will come to order and which will make, right?
That's that's fine. So
Huh.
my question is that if you are saying it in the system, that is fine.
Okay.
But this entire system of the bomb is only to tell you finally it
Hmm.
should either give you a either what to buy or how much is what is there in inventory or how much inventory is needed. Correct.
Right.
So with that finally, therefore, suppose that there is a certain usage in your FG and you are defining a minimum inventory level, or
Okay.
you're saying how much to order.
Hmm.
Will that therefore this decision tell me I need this much of ginger garlic paste, or it will tell me that this is the therefore exploded requirement of ginger
Okay.
and the exploded requirement of garlic or exploded requirement of water or exploded requirement of salt that you
Okay. Okay. So
if that is
you are
established, then I'm okay with
okay. Just one thing. The thing which you are telling me about, which is an MRP, right? Material resource planning, which we call as an
it.
MRP
Correct.
system. Okay. So let's say when we run the MRP for this for this bomb for this finished good ginger garlic paste 100 gram. So it will show
Correct.
me okay, this much of raw materials is required. This much of this inventory has been present into my stock. Okay. This will show me the total order final total order quantity for this raw material. Okay. But let's say if we run the MRP for the bomb of only this ginger garlic paste, let's say I have to make 1 ton of ginger garlic paste. Okay, I have to
Mm.
the production for 1 ton of ginger garlic paste, and I will run. If let's say if I run the MRP, so now this will show me the detail of the salt, the detail of the ginger, the detail of garlic. Okay, to prepare 1 ton of the ginger garlic paste, how much of salt have been needed, how much of salt which has been present into my inventory, how much of salt which has been already ordered into the PO, right? So it will give me the total final quantity. Okay,
Mm.
so that will show you the ultimate raw material for the ginger garlic paste. But if we run the MRP for 100 pouch, so it will show me how much of ginger garlic paste will require to make that 100 gram of pouch.
Now that I understood. That I understood.
Right,
See, at a
right.
business level, that I understood.
Okay.
Say, suppose for a order or a certain requirement, you will say that this was ginger garlic paste. Then probably have to go into the system again and say for this ginger garlic paste separately to make say suppose say at the end of the run, I need two tons of ginger garlic paste for
Right.
this order.
Hmm.
Then from the 2 tons of ginger garlic paste, then it will come as saying that if I run that separately,
Hmm.
it will say that I will require 1 ton of ginger and say, suppose it is 50-50 only, 1 ton of
Okay.
garlic,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
And it will therefore check in my inventory. I have already 500 kgs of ginger, 500 kgs of garlic.
Hmm.
Therefore, balance requirement for that order is 500 kg. 500. That will come.
That will come, yeah, the total order quantity, the final total order quantity which you need to procure from the market.
Okay. See, I'm just saying if it does not work out, we can go with this. If it does not work out in terms of planning, we can always have the option of changing this bomb into the individual details. But otherwise, this I'm okay with.
Okay, so I will just tell you another option also. Okay, so if you
Shafi, one second. That
yeah
means, for example, it means, for example, if I'm writing, I need a 10,000 pieces of 100 gram. I need a 5,000 pieces of 200 gram.
hmm,
I need 1,000 pieces of whatever the other. So once
okay
I write, this is my order. So
hmm,
in that order, directly, all other packing material I am anyway clear. Ginger
okay
garlic paste also it will show you. It will show us the total of, for example, 3,500 kg of ginger garlic paste is needed.
right
Okay. Then in my somewhere in your PC, when I'm writing for the 3,500 kg is order again.
hmm,
Okay. Because the individual SKU has given my requirement is a 3,500 kg of paste.
okay
So in other BOM or wherever, when we write the 3,500 kg, then that will give you the entire picture for the 3,500, what is my stock in hand and what is my raw material stock and what to be ordered.
right
This I will get it from your system, right?
right. So the thing is, I will explain
Done.
MRP module. Okay, one more thing is, okay, let's say if you want like this, when I run the MRP, let's say I received an order for, let's say, 1000 of 100-gram pouch. Okay, this 100-gram 1000. So let's say now I want a detail of the raw material, the core raw material, which is also required to make the ginger garlic paste. What is the salt, what the ginger, the garlic, right? So what I'll do is I will link the bomb. Okay, I will link the ginger garlic paste bomb with this parent bomb. So what will happen is, okay, under this ginger garlic paste, you have a ginger, you will have a garlic, you will have a salt, you will have the different types of acid also. Okay, so when I run the MRP for that, for this ginger garlic paste 100-gram for 1000 pouches. Okay, so it will not show me a ginger garlic paste. It will show me the amount of ginger, the amount of garlic, the amount of salt required. Okay, so that option is also available. You can link the bomb whenever you want. Okay.
Okay.
Because we have a separate bomb for the ginger garlic paste, right? But let's say if you want to link that into this, you can also link the bomb so that it will show you the detail of that raw material. Okay.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay. So here we have a just mismatch of the unit of measurement. If you see the unit of measurement in the product data for this limited pouch roll. Okay. But we have mentioned here in pieces. Similarly, there are like a lot of unit of measurement mismatch in the data, which I have highlighted. But for now, I have uploaded the data with the unit of measurement, which is correct in the product data. And I have created the 2 or 3 bill of material for that. We will sit and we will discuss it and we'll finalize the data. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
What I'll do is, okay, I will just.
And second thing, Utkarsha and Tejo, you people don't wait for me and Devendra Reddy for this corrections and everything. In Excel sheet, you people can meet anytime. You can have a video call, you can have a regular phone call also, and whatever the corrections, it can be done immediately. Myself and they will only come if at all any requirement or any changes in the basic fundamental of the Transact app only, not for this data corrections here.
Okay.
Go ahead, Shabir.
Not understood properly. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the thing is, what I'll do is, I have created a profile for you. So this will be the login credentials. So every individual user will get an individual login ID and password to log in into the system. Okay. So you have to log in. This is the login of Transact. Okay. So once you click on login, you will be at the company profile page, which is the landing page of Transact. Once you log in into the system, so it will show you the company profile page where you can set up the details of your company, about us, okay, the known for, then also the key members of your company, the products which we sell, the products which you buy. So this is the company profile page. Okay. On the left hand side, there are like different types of modules which are present into Transact. The network to end with the GST module. So these are like every module has some functionality and each module having some different roles, right? According to the teams of, let's say, purchase team, the sales team, the accounts team, production team, right? So everything is present here into this different types of modules. Okay. So starting with the masters, okay, let's say, so there are like 3 types of masters which are present into the system. Master is like the data, okay, whatever the data which you have sent it to me, the network data, the product data, the your details, right, the your delivery location, your billing details. So all of the information about our company, about VRV Foods, will be present into this settings module. So let's say if I click on the settings module, so all of the information about the VRV Foods, okay, so this will be present into this settings module. That is your bank details. You have to provide me the bank details, or else you can also add here the bank details of your company, the delivery location of your company, the billing address of your company. You can set up the transporter details here. Or let's say if you have the fixed transporter, okay, so you can set up, you can make the master here of the transporter, so that okay, while creating the invoice, you can select it from the drop down. Okay, through which transporter you are dispatching the material. Same way, you can add up, you can select, you can make the master unit of measurement master. You can add the terms and condition with respect to every document, because every document will be having a separate terms and condition, right? So this is a master of the data. If I scroll down, you can set up the payment term. Let's say, so these are the payment terms which are standard in Transact. Okay. We have a total of 400 types of payment terms. So whatever payment term which you need to activate for your company, you have to just select it from here. Let's say I want to activate all of this payment term for my company. Okay. So what I'll do is I will just click on update. So now this payment term will get updated for my company. So whenever I'm creating a document, this payment term will get added into the drop down and I can select it from the drop down. Okay. The same thing goes with the tax percentage also. Okay, let's say whatever the tax which we are going to use in our document. So what we'll do is we can select it from here. Let's say this is the one-time process. Okay, what I'll do is I will select it for you. Okay, and I will update it. Okay, So setting is something which is a one-time process. Once you set all the details, once you confirm all of the details, so that it won't be going to change, right? The delivery location will not going to be changed. The bank details will not going to be changed. So all of the data, all of the master settings of our company will be present here into the settings. Okay, this is the first master. Then going to the second master, which is a network master. So let's say if I go to the network module, so right now I have added only one buyer and one supplier for you for this training profile, for this training thing. But all of the detail of the network as in like the buyer and supplier will be present here into this network module. Okay, so in case, so here we have two things. One thing is, let's say if you want to make some changes in the existing data, if you want to make the change in the address of the existing company, so what you can do is you can edit the data here, or else if you want to add a new company in your network, so we have an option here to add a new company. You can add a new company from here. In case if you want to edit it, let's say if I want to make some changes in this Jayco Acromatics and perfumers. Okay, so let's say if I click on this edit option, it will open up the details here, and I can make the changes here. I can make the change in the delivery location of that company. In case if I want to add something in the billing address, so I can edit or delete it from the location, from the company details. Okay, so this is the one thing from which you can edit the detail of the company. And second thing would be, okay, let's say if you want to add a new company in your network. Okay, let's say if you get a new buyer, or if you want to procure the material from a new supplier, right? So what you need to do is you have to click on this add company. The very first thing which you need to give the input to the system while adding the company is, okay, you have to fill the company email. So email is a mandatory thing to upload the network, to make the new company into the system. So once you give the email ID, you can check the company. It will open up the company detail form. Let's say, for example, I'm taking here for random example, let's say Mechatronics. This is my company email ID. Let's say, one second. Let's say if I want to add a new company from this email ID, let's say, okay, this is a dummy email ID for now. Okay. So let's say if I click on this company, now it will open up the detailed form of that company, where you have to fill the information of that company, the company name, the address of that company. You have to give the city, you have to give the GSN number, the PIN number, everything. You should fill here into this detailed form, and you can create the company in your network. So that company will get added into your network. So this is a one way of adding the company into your network, into your master. Okay. So this was all about the network master. Then going to the third and final master, which is inventory. So inventory itself gives you an idea, right? Okay, all of the item details will be present here into this inventory master. So all of the information, the detail which you have provided me, I have uploaded here into this inventory master, where you will be able to see the item code for every item name for every item, the item category which you have sent it to me. The current stock will be visible here, the unit of measurement, the price, the type of the product, the HSN code, tax percentage. You can set up the minimum and maximum stock level for each and every item. Okay, so this feature is also there. You can set up the minimum and maximum stock level. In case if you have a drawing number, you can also add a drawing number for every item. Okay, then here also we have two cases, right? Okay, let's say if you want to add a new item, so there is a one thing. Second case would be, okay, let's say if you want to change the existing item, let's say if you want to change the item ID of the existing item, so what you need to do is, okay, you have to just select it on the item name. So once you select on the item name, it will open up the detail of that item, and you can make the change in the item ID. You can make the change in the item name. You can change the category here. Okay, you can also add the minimum stock level, maximum stock level. So all of the detail information present here into this item. And once you fill all the detail, you have to just click on save details. So now that item will get added into this item will get updated into the inventory master. And the second thing would be, okay, in case if you want to add a new item, right? Let's say if you have a new item in your inventory, so you have to just go to this action button. Here we have an option of add new item. You have to just click on this add new item, and then it will ask you for so there are like three mandatory fields. The fields which are having the red asterisk, red star hai, wahan pe you have to give the data. You have to input the data, which is the item ID. You have to fill the product name. You have to select the unit of measurement, and the rest of the fields are non-mandatory. In case if you have the data, you can fill it. If you don't have the data, you can leave the blank, and you can save the details so that that item will get added in your inventory master. Okay, so like these are the three types of master which are present into Transact. Okay, then in case if you want to create any of the document, right? So we will require these three things, which is our data, our supplier or buyer data, and this item data. So that is why these three masters are important. Okay, and we need to make this master very strong. Okay, let's say if you see here, the HSN code and tax percentage for most of the items are missing. So now what next is, let's say when you are making a PO, right? And let's say if you want to buy acetic acid, so once you pull out the data acetic acid, when you call out the data into your purchase order, so now it will ask you to fill the HSN code and tax percentage manually in the PO. But let's say if the HSN code and tax percentage is present here into the master, it will automatically fetch that detail also into that item. So it will reduce the manual work. It will reduce the time for document creation. Okay, this is that is why this master needs to be very strong, so that it will reduce our time. Okay, so this is the master setting. These are the total masters which are present into transact. Okay, then coming to the first part, which is, let's say, okay, one more thing. Okay, if I go to this production module, okay, so in the production module, all of the bill of materials will be present here into this production module. Once you click on the production, it will give you the BOM settings where all of the bill of materials will be present here. So for now, I have added just 2 to 3 BOMs, okay, for the reference, because we have to correct the data first and then we will upload all of the data. Okay, so let's say if I want to see the data for, let's say, this Kartikeya DPAM oil. Okay, so let's say if I want to see the data BOM, okay, the raw material required to make this finished good. So let's say if I click on this BOM name, okay, so let's see, if you see here, it will show you the finished good. So my finished good is Kartikeya DPAM oil 200 ml, okay, for one piece, and for that one piece I will require this raw material to make that one piece. I will require one number of this bottle, I will require one number of this caps, labels, and corrugated box. Okay, so these are the raw materials which are required to make the this bill of material for one piece of this Kartikeya DPAM oil 200 ml. In case if you want to make some changes in the bill of material, so here we have an option of other actions from where you can delete the BOM, you can edit the BOM, you can duplicate the BOM. Let's say if you want to make the similar BOM for the next finished good, so what you need to do is you have to just duplicate the BOM. Okay, then in case if you want to check the cost of the bill of material, okay, to make one piece of this finished good, how much of cost we will required. Okay, so you can check the costing of the bill of material also. Okay, so we have 4 different types of costing. One is the FIFO pricing, which is first in first out. Second is the average pricing. Third is the latest pricing. Latest matlab ke the raw material which we have procured on the latest PO, from the latest PO. Okay, so latest pricing hai. And the fourth one is the default pricing. Okay, let's say if I click on this BOM cost, for now it will become 0, right? Because we have not procured yet the raw material from the system, so that is why the price is showing 0. Okay, but when you start creating the document, when you start taking the raw material in Word from the system, so it will automatically show you the total cost of this bill of material. Okay, to make this one number of the finished good, how much of cost we will require. Okay, and here we have 4 different types of costing method from where you can select it. You can download this costing also into Excel. Okay. So this is all about the masters. Okay, this is all about the master of bill of material, master of inventory, master of settings. Okay, now what the next part is the document creation part. Okay, so let's say if I go for the document creating part, so one thing is, do you raise a quotation, sales quotation mainly? Hello.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, so what I was telling is, do you raise a sales quotation, mainly, or sales quotation once the client has asked you for the inquiry of the finished good or inquiry of the raw material? So mainly wo banta hai sales quotation?
No. We only provide the invoice against.
Okay. Okay, no issues. Okay. So then the very first thing is I will go for the sales flow. Okay, let's say if I go for the sales flow. So once the customer has asked you for the PO, okay, let's say once the customer has sent you the PO, and once you received the PO from the client, so with the very first thing in the system which you need to do is you have to confirm the order. You have to acknowledge the order from the client. Okay, so we have an option. Okay, let's say if I go to this transaction module now. So let's say if I go to this transaction module, it will show me all of my transactions which are running currently. Okay, but now the data is not there because we haven't started the transaction. Okay, so the thing is, okay, once we get the order from the client, okay, so we need to acknowledge them, right?
No, there are 2 things, Shabib. There are only 2 things. So there are 2 different ways in which we are now envisaging the orders.
Okay.
There are we have two primary kind of clients. One is the B2B clients, right?
Okay.
Who are brands,
Okay.
who are
Yes.
placed, who are we are actually manufacturing for brands. Apart
Right.
from our own brand, we are also manufacturing for brands.
Okay.
They release a purchase order. So therefore, you can make a reference to the purchase order, and therefore that will be your document.
Okay.
The second is what we get from the market, which is retail orders. Retail orders is sales orders which are given by our salesmen, right? Which can be punched in as sales order against either a salesman or as which is an order booking, right?
Okay.
Tomorrow,
Right.
what we would want to do is automate that also. Probably, if we can have a module where from their own their sales order they'll enter into, which will then get converted into a PO, gets created into a PO or a production order or whatever is that case, right? But
Right.
so there are these two different things. So I just wanted you to know that.
Right. Right.
Because
So
every month we want to know in that particular, for example, today is the 26th. So till date in this month of November, how many orders we have received? So that we were entering into the Excel, and
Right.
every week, every day we were monitoring a order dispatch ho gaya, nahi ho gaya.
right.
Okay,
Right. Right.
we
I will show you.
were making into green and red and everything. That
Right.
also I want somewhere in Transact itself. Order we are ready to punch it. Whenever we get an order, every day we get around 5 to 6 orders.
Right.
SKU wise, when we get an order, there should be an order booking where our any of the team member will enter that orders. Okay, and in the PO number we will write our salesperson name. That's it.
What I'll do is now, in case if you, so there's the one thing. I will, let me complete the first method. Okay, I will give you the best thing so that you can track everything into the report. Okay. Just give me a second. I will explain you how we can track the report, the salesperson wise, how you can track the PO wise. Okay. So let's say once you received an order. Okay. So what you need to do is, first thing is you have to come into this transaction module, and here we have a button called as new transaction on the top right corner. Once you click on this new transaction, it will show you the order confirmation. Okay. So
okay,
in this case, we have to book an order from the client, let's say from the B2B business or from anything. So we need to make the order confirmation from the system. Okay. So the very first thing is we have to select the company name. Okay, from which we have received an order. Okay. So let's say I'm selecting the company name here. So this will open up my order confirmation format. Okay, where some of my details will get prefetched here because we have already entered into the master, right? Because the buyer details, the supplier details, it will come automatically. Okay, then primary document details, the OC number. So this is an order booking number, which we can set it according to you. Okay, how you can set this a number, what the prefix you want, what will be the next number will be there, right? So this will come accordingly. Then the document creation date. Then you have a field called as a PO number. Okay, so here you can add a salesperson name, or let's say the PO number, or in case if you want one extra field here for salesperson name. So I can also apply to the salesperson name. Also, let's say if you have fixed salesperson, okay, let's say if you have a 5 to 6 salesperson. So I will give you the drop down from their name so that you can.
You can create a fixed salesperson, and additionally, if we get either, we will add it in the masters, or you can give it, or you will do this thing. Or if that is not there, then it will be an others kind of a thing, which will not be if it is not immediately there. But I think we have a fixed salesperson kind of a thing as of now.
Right. So what I'll do is now, I will give you one additional field here, salesperson name, and I will give you a drop down. So you have to just give me the name of the salesperson. So I will give you a drop down from where you can select it कि कौन सा salesperson का order है. Okay.
Correct.
And also, Sabib, every order, like other companies, it is not only common payment terms. Like when we are dealing with the modern trade, उनका जो अलग है, because that we were getting an order.
You'll do it in here.
Okay. So one thing is like an alarm. What I'm missing today is basically we are taking order, we are delivering, and उसका जो payment term है 7 days. कोई order है 15 दिन है, किसी का 21 दिन है. Okay. So ये हमको at least system should say that now this payment we have to receive or overdue by 2 days, overdue by 4 days, or overdue by 20 days.
Okay. So frankly अभी वो system में option नहीं है, but yes
Okay.
we are working on it and it will get released in next month कि automatic payment reminder mail will go to your counterparty कि आपका payment due होने वाला है in next 2 days, in next 4 days.
नहीं, हमको उतना नहीं चाहिए, हमको उनको डायरेक्टली, उनका तो ईमेल आईडी नहीं है, जो ईमेल आईडी जो लिख के दिए है ना,
हाँ
वो तो उसका कंपनी का नाम है gmail.com, उसका कंपनी का नाम जीमेल है, क्योंकि ये सब क्या डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर से कोई किराना दुकान है ऐसा हमारे जो जितना 400 लोगों का ईमेल आईडी है ही नहीं है, ठीक है. So what I want right now is only like at least in our transact somewhere, even if it shows, we don't want any sending an email or anything, but somewhere at least it should show that okay ये order आपने book किया और उसका delivery किया, punching में invoice में या wherever, or even in order confirmation we can write the that particular order what is the credit period.
Okay. तो यहाँ पे
and somewhere it should say.
But frankly मतलब वो ये कि that option is not available for now in transact. Okay. It should give you a reminder on the basis of payment due date. But yes, मतलब हम लोग जिस पे काम कर रहे हैं, which is like it will send an email for the counterparty. Okay, you can set up the mail. Okay, once the due date has come, so that mail will go from the system. Okay, your payment is due. Okay, that thing we are building up. But to highlight it, but let's see, once we build this, I will have a word with the product team also, okay, how we are building this, if we can give a highlight to ourselves also in our system also. But definitely
highlight nahi yaar, it's a very simple thing. I don't know why you're saying you're not having it. You're going one step ahead where the system will check whether the from a due date of delivery, depending upon you're saying a date of delivery and the payment terms. It is saying. Right. Then you are saying that it will send the automatic. In fact, I'm not even looking at it. End of the day, you will say that what are your receivables? One.
Right.
It can be 1 day. The receivables may be due 1 day. The receivables may be 30 days.
Right.
The guy who's 1 day guy who is 30 days may actually be on a due date of 45 days. He's still within it. Only the color may change, or you will say overdue. You will only toggle and say that the system will toggle and say this is overdue, this is not overdue, this is within the thing. And either through Excel or the system, we'll say what are the overdue payments to track. What you are talking is the next level where automatically the system will send the email to them that you are overdue. Right. So now, what I want to ask is there a system which actually, the system should automatically, I'm doing a sale process के बाद ये amount is received or not, I should know, right?
Right. So
you are saying currently that system is not available, you're building it.
Right. So the thing is that we are working on the same line. We are working on the same thing. Okay, automatic payment reminder. So I even I don't know exactly what we are building it up. Okay, but we are working on the same page. So what I will do is I will have a word with the product team. In any case, if we can have a reminder for ourselves, for our thing, okay, for our receivable. Okay, let's say if the payment is due for, let's say, for 7 days. So it should show to us, right? Okay, it will change the color or anything. I don't know exactly what will going to be happen in the system from next 1 month. Okay. So what I'll do is, I will discuss this with the product team and I will let you know how we can build this.
You forget what are you going to discuss here. You tell me what is the current.
Currently, it is not present in the system. Currently, it is not.
Currently, then if you are making this entire system, okay, this is an entire module where you are saying that it is from an order to sales kind of a cycle.
It will purely on the basis of the payment date which you will enter in the invoice while creating the invoice.
Okay, listen here. I'm only asking you. I'm asking a question. Just answer that so that we have clarity. This particular entire module that you have in Transact takes an order,
okay,
delivers a product, and then you are creating a receivable also, right?
Right.
There is payables and receivables.
Right.
Correct. You understand what is payable, what is receivable?
Of course, yes.
Yes. So in the payables and receivable, will I get a list of payable and list of receivables at least by person, or that also is not there?
It is already present. Let me complete the flow first. Then we can have a Q&A session.
Just hold on here. I'm asking you that if that is available at first level, that is. Hold on.
Okay.
If that is available, Then the second question is that in that availability, is there somewhere which says that this is the due date, because that due date is from the date of delivery, right? Which we are putting into your masters against each of, suppose ABC and company, वो ABC and company का हम ये बोल रहे हैं कि that particular guy is say 15-day payment term. 15-day payment term means from the date of delivery, 15th day is a payment term. Now, in the receivables, what is the kind of thing that you have in the current module? It will tell you that, suppose say I have only two customers, A, B, C and C, D, E. Correct? You will say against A, B, C, the receivable is 1 lakh, or C, D, E, the receivable is 2 lakh. That report is going to come now, no?
Yes, that will be, you can easily get that report. You can easily have a look at that thing, okay, how much of receipt is there with respect to counter,
Okay.
or with respect to
Yeah, I only want that. Then what you're saying is the further improvement on it, correct? Which you're saying will take a month's time. Okay,
Right.
I'm clear. Okay.
Okay. Sorry. So the thing is, okay, let's say these are the fields which you need to give. This is the PO number. So let's say if you have the PO number, you have to give the PO number here. The PO, the date of the PO. Okay. So you have to give the date of the PO here. Okay. When you have received the PO from the client or from your buyer. Okay. Then you have to give the delivery date. Okay. Which is also a mandatory field here. Okay. You have to give some delivery date. Okay. When you are going to deliver this material to your client. Okay. So let's say I'm taking here 30th of this month. Okay, then there is a payment term which is not a mandatory field, but let's say if you want to give the detail here, you have to select it from the drop down because we have selected the payment term in the settings. Okay, so we have to select, let's say I'm taking a net 30. Okay, then this is not a mandatory thing, but let's say I have entered here. If you want to give some kind attention to the person, okay, for to which you are sending out this order confirmation, so you can add up this kind attention, the person name. Okay, scrolling down, then they have to give the item details for which I have confirming an order. Okay, so let's say you have confirmed the order for, let's say 100-gram pouch or 300-gram pouch. So you have to give the details here. Okay, let's say I'm confirming an order for, let's say I'm taking here oil for oil. Okay, for now, let's say I'm taking it for oil. Okay, Karthikeya Deepam oil 200 ml. I have received an order for, let's say 1000 pieces. Okay, so I have to confirm the quantity here, the price, because the thing is we have given the price for this in the inventory, so the price will get fetched here, which is at 30 rupees. But in case if you want to change that, you can change the price here. Okay, then if you see here, the tax has been given, that so that it will come automatically the tax percentage, SSN code, because we have already fed this data into our master. Okay, then in case if you want to give some additional information or any discount against this oil, so we have an optional column here from where you can select it, and these columns will get added here into this table, which is a discount column and a comment column. So you can comment it out. Let's say if you want to add some additional information about this oil, so you can write the comment here and it will get stick with this item description. Okay, then if you want to add more item here into this order confirmation, you can add multiple items. Okay, here we don't have any limit to add the new item, so you can add multiple as items. Then scrolling down here, we have a field for extra charges. So let's say if you want to add some extra charges, let's say the transportation charges or packing or forwarding charges, so you can add those charges into these fields, extra charges fields. Okay, if you don't have, if you scroll down, so the system will bifurcate the taxation part automatically on the basis of the intrastate transaction or interstate transaction. So for now, my transaction is intrastate, so now it is taking a CGST and HGST. Okay, here if you want to add some files, let's say if you want to give some additional files or Excel file or maybe drawing of item, anything. Okay, so you can add a maximum of 6 files into 5 MB. So we have a total limit of 30 MB from where you can add up the file from your local computer or from local disk. Okay, then it will show you the total amount calculation, the total tax, the grand total of the things, and the last part of the document is the additional details. Okay, where we have a logistic terms, where we have a terms and condition, where we have account details. So if these informations are present into my settings module, so this will come under my drop down. Let's say if the detail is not present into my settings, it will show the no data available, because these things will automatically pull out from the settings module. So we have to enter all of the details into the settings so that we can select here from the drop down. Okay, then the last part is the comment part. So let's say in case, so we have two types of comment. One is the item level comment, which is present here in the last of the item. Okay, this is an item level comment, and this is the document level comment, so that in case if you want to add some extra information for this document, okay, if you want to highlight something, so you can add up that data into the comment section. You can highlight it here into bold, into italic, just like when we text a message on the WhatsApp, right? And if you want to make it bold, so we'll put a star, right, at the start and the end of that statement. So in the same case, in the same thing, okay, we have to put the star at the end and the end of the start and the end of the statement, so that it will make the statement that bold. Okay. Then the last thing is the email recipient. So once we save this document, so it will, okay. So once we save this document, so the email will go from the system to this respective email ID which is present here into this recipient. Okay. So this is the first thing. Let's say, one thing which I have missed, okay, I have to give this title of the transaction. So basically, this is the reference for you. Okay, let's say if you want to track this total order.
Shabib, can you accept that? Because just we would like to open in laptop for a bigger screen.
Okay, I have accepted that.
Okay.
Right. So let's say I'm taking here a title as order for, let's say, oil. Okay, you can write up here as you want, and I will just go and click on save and send. So once I save and send this, so this will make my order confirmation. This is how the order confirmation will look like. This will be the format for the order confirmation. Okay, one piece 30 rupees, 30,000 is the amount, total tax is 1,500. Okay, you can add up a signatory here also, so that your signature will automatically come here into this authorized signatory. Okay, and in case if you want to make the print of this order confirmation, so we have an option here in the other actions. So you can print this document, you can resend the email, you can cancel the document. You have an option to copy this. Let's say if you want to make the same order confirmation to the next client, so you have an option to copy this order confirmation, and you can make the next order confirmation to the next client. Okay. So, and the second thing is, let's say if I click on this view transaction, so this is the transaction timeline. Okay, where you will be able to track all of the detail of this detail of this transaction. Okay, the very first document which we have created into this transaction timeline is order confirmation, and whatever the document which we will create against this order confirmation, against this sales order, will be visible here into this timeline. Okay, and if I go to this transaction dashboard, okay, this is the transaction dashboard. So here it will come like this. Okay, you can track all of your transaction here into this. Okay, Shri Karthik Enterprises order for oil, which I have given the name of the transaction, the document number, the invoice status is pending, and the goods has not been dispatched. That is, it is showing not dispatched. Okay, so if you open this transaction name, if you click on this transaction name, so now it will redirect me to the transaction timeline. So transaction dashboard, and if we click on the order confirmation name, so it will come in the transaction timeline. Okay, so where we have a two additional features. So let's say if you want to make the comment, okay, so we have an option to comment here also, and you want to make you want to tag internally within your team. Okay, let's say if you want to tag any of your team member, so we have an option that you can tag someone from your team. So currently I am only the user, so that is why it's showing my only my name. So you can tag here and you can write out the comment. Let's say, please check this document. For example, I'm writing here. Okay, and you can submit it, so that whoever the person who tagged you, okay, the person who had tagged you, so he will receive an email. Okay, किसी ने उसको tag किया है, so that he can come here, he or she can come here and he can check that कि क्या comment है. So this is the one of the feature for the comment thing. And second thing is, let's say if you want to give some tag to this transaction, let's say this order is my urgent or important order. So what I'll do is, here we have an option to put a tag. Let's say if I click on this transaction tags, so one second, I will make a new tag here into this transaction. You can make as many of the tag. Let's say I'm taking here important order. Okay, and I will save this, and I will attach a tag here for this transaction. This is a one-time process. Once you save all the tag, it will appear in the drop down, and you have to just select it from the drop down, so that you can able to see the tag for this transaction, which is an important order. And the same thing which I go and look in this transaction dashboard, so it will look like this thing. Okay, one second, I will just select the tag here. So this will show me as an important order. One second. Okay, so you can tag to your transaction so that you can easily able to understand what are your important orders, what are your urgent orders. Okay, and you can search it out. Let's say if you have 100 of order bookings, so you can select, you can search out for your tag, and it will show you only the important order. Okay, so this is how you can tag to the transaction timeline. It will show this into this dashboard. Okay, so this is an order booking process. Okay, and once you book the order, okay, if you see here, once you book the order, so we have a comment here, an automatic comment from the system to work order created for the OC, because whatever the order which we have confirmed, right, so we have produced it from the production, right, we have to do the production for that thing, right? So in case, for that purpose, the order confirmation, once you have made the OC, so it will show you, okay, the work order created for the OC. Okay, so how and why this work order has been created? So let's say if I go to this production module, so now I am linking this order confirmation to my production. Okay, so let's say if I go to my production module, so whatever the order which has been received through my order booking, which will come here under this work order tab. If I go and click here on the work order tab, it will show me the detail of all the orders which has been come into my system, okay, into my company. Okay, so it will show you, okay, this is the order from Sri Karthik Enterprises for, let's say, 1,000 pieces. Okay, now if you want to start the production for this, so you have to go here from this, you have to click here and you have to click on the create production. So the very first thing is, for every finished good, the bill of material should be present into my system. So if we have the bill of material, we can start the production. Okay, if you don't have the bill of material, so the very first thing is I have to create a new bill of material in the system, and I can then go and start the production. Okay, so production is very simple. Okay, the production process is very simple. So let's say if I want to start the production, so what I'll do is, okay, I will just go here and I will click on the create production option. So I will select here create production. Okay, so it will ask me for a confirmation okay, how much of quantity you need to produce, because the current stock is 0. Okay, so and the order quantity is 1,000 piece, so I have to create the process quantity is 1,000. So let's say if I have my 500 piece in my stock, so here I will just produce only 500 quantity, right? So here you have an option to select to edit the quantity, process quantity, in for through which you have to start the production. So let's say I'm selecting 1,000 only, and I will click next. Okay, so once I click on next, so it will show me this window where the bill of material will auto fetch, right? Because in the system we have the bill of material for this 200 ml Kartikeya Deepam oil, and if the bill of material is missing, it will not show me the BOM number here. Okay, this is the one thing. So before starting, okay, let's say before starting the production, so what I will do is, okay, let's say the process, the MRP process, right? Okay, what are the raw materials which we will require to make this 1,000 pieces of Kartikeya Deepam? If I want to get that report, okay, so what I'll do is, let's say what I'll do is I will not start the production first. I will do an MRP first. Okay, so we have a module called as an MRP. If I go to this MRP, which is a material resource planning, from here I will get a detailed information okay, how much of stock is available in my stock, how much of quantity has been ordered already, and the final stock quantity which needs to be ordered. Okay, so here we have a 4 different types of MRP from which you can generate the report. Okay, so the very first thing is the order confirmation. Okay, let's say if you want to generate the report through the order confirmation, through the OC number, okay, whatever the finished goods which are present, whatever the orders which we have booked into the system, let's say if I want to generate the report for those OCs, so what I'll do is, okay, let's say I will just select the order confirmation here. For example, let's say I'm selecting this order confirmation which has been already created into the system. Okay, and I will just go here and I will just directly go and click on generate report. Okay, we will the very first thing is, okay, we will be having a training session for this also, right? So right now I'm taking it very fast because we have to complete the session, right? But for every department, for every single individual thing, we will be having a separate training session department wise, for purchase department, for sales department, for planning department, right? Where I will be explaining in this detailed. Okay, so once I select the order confirmation and generate the report, so now it will show me the raw materials which is required to make that finished good, to make that Deepam oil 200 ml. Okay, So now if you see here, it will show you the item ID, the item name, the unit of measurement, in stock quantity, which is 0. So if you see here, my in stock quantity is 0. Okay, I have not given the rate of this product, so that is why the rate is also showing 0. Okay, now the third block is the required quantity. So to make the 1000 piece of that DPAM oil, okay, 200 ml, so I will require 1000 of labels, I would require 1000 of these caps, and I would require 14, or let's say the 15 numbers of this corrugated box. Okay, so this will show me, and also I will require this bottle of 200 ml as 1000. Okay, then there is a block quantity. So block quantity is something that, let's say, if this Kartikeya Deepam oil caps 200 ml is already required in other finished good also, which is in already in process. Let's say if you have planned.
1000 came
Sorry,
the first one in that
आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही है.
was the oil caps. And what about the oil, the raw material?
नहीं, ऑयल ऑयल तो बिल ऑफ मटेरियल में ऑयल मेंशन नहीं किया आपने फिर तो.
नहीं है, एक बार
हाँ बताओ,
चेक करिए उसमें.
एक सेकंड बता रहा हूँ. हाँ, let's say if I go for the oil, this one, right? कहाँ है इसमें?
Oil bottle, oil cap, oil label, oil bottle. Like the GGP, here we need a oil also. So वो एक इसमें correction करना है.
हाँ, तो ऑयल डालोगे तो ऑयल भी ऐड हो जाएगा वहाँ पे कि कितना ऑयल.
ठीक है.
ठीक है.
तेजा,
राइट. सो
उत्कर्षा,
हेलो.
म्यूट कर दो.
हाँ सर.
उसका bomb corrections एक बार tomorrow. You people have to do the bomb correction, okay? All the
Okay,
pieces,
okay.
unit of measurement, and you people know
Oil.
na already for the making 450 ml, you need a 450 ml oil also, na. The way we have written for GGP, sample ఒకసారి fill చేసి ఇచ్చానంటే మిగతా అన్ని కంటిన్యూ చేయాలి బాబు. జీజీపీకి ఎలా అయితే మనం జింజర్ గార్లిక్ పేస్ట్ రాసి ఇచ్చాం, దాన్ని బట్టి ఆయిల్ కాబట్టి ఆయిల్ కావాలి కదా. వితౌట్ ఆయిల్ యూ విల్ గివ్ ఎంప్టీ బాటిల్ టు ద కస్టమర్ ఆర్ వాట్.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Right. Okay. Shabib, they will correct it so that automatically it can come here.
right. So this is a block total. So now the thing is total order quantity. So let's say if we have already raised a PO for this label for, let's say, 100 pieces or 200 pieces, so it will also show you the total order quantity. Okay, then the total inward QR pending. So let's say if you have ordered the total, if you have ordered the label and you have received the material, but the testing has been pending, so it will show you the quantity for which the testing has been pending into the inventory. Okay, and the pending approval quantity. So in the system we have an approval system also. Okay, let's say once you received the material, once you procure the material, so you need to approve it before adding to the stock. So by adding and by getting this formulation, okay, so you will get the to be ordered quantity. Okay, now how much of quantity I have to procure from the system, okay, from the supplier. Okay, so this is how you get the total detailed report for all of the finished good. This is an MRP report to make the 1000 number of the DPAM oil, how much of raw material which I will require to make that finished good 100 piece. Okay, so this is the one way of generating the report. Okay, we have another two ways also. This is the process details also, which will do a same work, but here we have to mention the process number, which is the production order number, and here we have a finished good details. So let's say now I am planning to make 1 ton of, let's say, GGP, okay, for example. Okay, so what I'll do, because I will not receive the order for GGP, right? I will receive the order for 100 gram pouch, for 200 gram pouch, right?
Correct.
It is something which is an in-house production, which is a continuous production for us, right? So for that GGP, we have to get the report from this finished good details. So what we need to do is we have to give the code of the item, or we have to give the BOM number. But before that, the BOM should be present into the system. Okay, so let's do one thing. What I'll do is, okay, I will just run the MRP report for, let's say, this ginger garlic paste 100 gram. Okay, for example, let's say I want to make this. Okay, so let's say this will come BOM number, BOM name. One second, I have to select the BOM number. Okay, so now let's say if I'm planning to make 100 gram of this ginger garlic paste, let's say 2000 pieces. Okay, so I will just mention here 2000 pieces and I will generate the report. So now it will show me the report for the 200 pieces. Okay, it will show me the raw materials which is required to make that 200 pieces of 100 gram of ginger garlic paste. So I would require 2000 label, I would require 2000 caps. Okay, I would require 14, approximately 15 corrugated box. I will require this much of ginger garlic paste, which is approximately 20,000. Okay, or sorry, 2 lakh grams, because
Yeah.
we have added the ginger garlic paste in grams, right? But let's say if you add him in a kg, so it will show me like 200 kg. Okay, and we would
Okay. So it should be in kgs only. Then that also will change.
right.
Otherwise,
So let's say if we enter the detail in kg, so it will show me the 200 kgs. This
okay.
is the quantity, and the total order, total inward, everything it should get calculated, and it will show me the total to be ordered quantity. Okay, so once we start creating a document, it will show you the exact report. But to get the exact output into the MRP report, our inventory should get matched with the physical stock which is already present into the system, into your company, right? So
Correct.
to generate this output, we need to give the correct input, right? We don't want to miss any entry into the system, so that it will give you the exact output, how much of quantity you need to procure now.
Like for example, when I'm entering the order creation or order sheet, I have 20 different customers. Okay, but every 20 different.
Okay. Hello. Hello.
Am I audible?
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Huh.
So the same, we have 20 different customer orders which we have booked, and
Okay.
in each order I have a common same SKU, like 100 gram is maybe here, 100 gram I have in second order, fifth order, eighth order.
Right.
When I'm running this MRP report, if it shows for order wise कितना कितना चाहिए, then ये लोग फिर addition करने में फिर गलत हो जाएगा. So
नहीं
can
तो
I, yeah, so
हाँ,
are we
तो मैं
going
समझ गया आपका प्रॉब्लम
the
स्टेटमेंट.
entire orders को cumulative करके summary में आपको 10,000 का बॉटल चाहिए, 2,000 का लेबल चाहिए, 1,000 का टोटल ऑर्डर उस दिन जितना भी हमने बुक किया वो पूरा ऑर्डर को क्यूमुलेटिवली समरी बना के समरी के हिसाब से देन स्टॉक इन हैंड को रेफर करके समरी रिपोर्ट मिलेगा ना.
ओके ओके, ठीक है. तो जो आप बता रहे हो ना कि लेट्स से इफ यू हैव रिसीव्ड 20 ऑर्डर्स, ठीक है, एंड 20 ऑर्डर्स में लेट्स से 10 ऑर्डर्स हैविंग अ सेम एसक्यू, उसके 100 ग्राम का जिंजर गार्लिक पेस्ट चाहिए, ठीक है. दिस इज स्टेटमेंट, राइट, कि ये हो सकता है, राइट? ओके. So in that case, what I will do is कि I will just go to this order confirmation. I will select the multiple OCs जो कि मेरे को select करने हैं, and I will generate the report. Once I generate the report, so it will sum up the raw material. It will not show you the order wise. Let's say label जो है एक OC में let's say 1000 पीस का ऑर्डर था तो मेरे को लेबल 1000 लगेंगे. बट अगर 10 इसमें ऑर्डर है 1000 का तो मेरे को लेबल 10,000 लगेंगे, राइट? सो इट विल शो मी कि यू विल रिक्वायर 10,000 लेबल्स टू कंप्लीट द टोटल दिस ओसी, जितने ओसी आपने सिलेक्ट किए हैं, ठीक है. इट विल शो, इट विल नॉट शो यू ऑर्डर वाइज. ठीक है, दिस इज क्लियर अबाउट द एमआरपी थिंग.
That particular day 20 OCs if I have created, 20
You are not audible.
मैंने select. Am I audible now?
बहुत कम आवाज आ रही है, इट्स ब्रेकिंग.
Okay, you can continue, no problem. Anyway, this is on a record, so we can go through record also afterwards. You can send me this link afterwards.
Right, अभी आपकी आवाज आ रही है क्लियरली, ठीक है. So this is okay. MRP part, ठीक है. Then MRP is something which will help you to raise the PO, which will help you to make the procurement, ठीक है. Then coming to the part of the production, ठीक है. So production में क्या है, I will go separately for the process of purchase, ठीक है. अभी हम लोग लिंक नहीं करते. What I will do is कि I will complete the production part and I will dispatch the material. Then we will go for the purchase part, ठीक है. That will okay, right?
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
ठीक है. तो let's say whatever the orders which we have received, which this will come under this work order tab, ठीक है. Now let's say if I have all the raw materials under in my stock, ठीक है. So what I'll do is I will start the production. So to start the production, it will be very easy. So the thing is कि you have to just click here and you will have to just go for the create production. Okay, then you have to give the process quantity. That means ke what quantity which you need to produce. So I will just click on next here. Okay, and if I click on next, so it will show me this window where the BOM will auto select. It will show me the quantity, it will show me the reference number, which is my order confirmation number. So it will also help you कि ये जो production order है ये किस OC से linked है, okay, किस order से linked है, ठीक है. Then we have a यहाँ पे 5 different types of, आप देख लो यहाँ पे there are like 5 different types of process: create process, publish, bulk issue, approve inventory, and mark complete. Okay, so what I will suggest you, you have to just select all of the process here. ठीक है, you have to just select or mark complete and you have to click on submit here. Okay, इसको सबको select करके you have to just select submit. Once
Okay.
you get this,
Mhm.
ठीक है,
Mhm.
once you complete the production, now if you go, so this is the thing is कि this is the completing the production. Okay, let's say once you have created the piece of this oil, okay, आपके पास 1000 piece बन गए हैं. So what you will do is कि you will just come here, you will complete the production. ठीक है, उसके बाद में if you go and check the inventory, ठीक है, so that 1000 piece will get added automatically here. यहाँ पे मेरा 1000 पीस जो है वो आ जाएगा. कार्तिक
Okay.
200 ml. Current stock is 1000 piece. And the raw materials which we have used, right, to make this 1000 piece, क्योंकि आपको जीरो थे इसीलिए मेरा ये माइनस में चला गया है. You got my?
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
क्योंकि अभी स्टॉक जीरो था, राइट, बट हमारा जब स्टॉक,
Right. Right.
इट विल ऑटोमेटिकली एडजस्ट द स्टॉक, इट विल लेस द स्टॉक. ठीक है,
Mhm. Mhm. Okay. Mhm.
ठीक है. तो
Yeah, we get it.
right, so this is the process of like when you got an order, you will just just create a work order, and work order से you can complete the production and you can able to see this जो आपने complete किया है, you can able to see this into this completed section कि आपने 1000 पीस का जो है कार्तिक के दीपम ऑयल complete किया है. ठीक है, we will go into depth into the training session. जब आप करेंगे तो हम लोग इसके और डेप्थ में जाएंगे कि क्या क्या चीज इसमें हम लोग और कर सकते हैं. But this is which we can where we can complete the production. ठीक है.
Can you share this username at least, because next 1-2 days they can go through individual sheets and all, because to get an idea to go through the individual that
आवाज नहीं आ रही
production.
सतीश जी. हेलो.
హలో సార్,
Yeah, tell me.
మనం ప్రాక్టీస్ అదే మనం చేయటానికి యాక్టివ్ గా ఉండేటట్టు చూడండి సార్.
Yeah,
Hello?
Tejo, you talk in Hindi, whatever Sunita is saying.
తేజు,
शबजीब जी वो बोल रही है कि प्रैक्टिस के लिए हमको यूजर आईडी पासवर्ड मिल जाएगा तो अच्छा रहेगा फिर.
नहीं, आपको मैं कल ही दे दूंगा ये लॉगिन आईडी एंड क्रेडेंशियल्स फॉर दिस प्रोफाइल.
Okay. 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 Okay.
చెప్పడానికి
मैं
ఉంటుంది
आपके
కదా.
साथ में वीडियो भी शेयर करूंगा. आई विल बी शेयरिंग यू
Okay.
द लॉगिन क्रेडेंशियल्स. आपको एक बार देख करके देन वी कैन सिट ओवर अ वीडियो कॉल फॉर एवरी डिपार्टमेंट.
Okay.
करेगी कहाँ कहाँ डाउट था. यू हैव टू जस्ट गिव मी द लिस्ट ऑफ डाउट जो आपको आए व्हाइल प्रैक्टिसिंग दिस
Okay.
एंड
हाँ हाँ हाँ.
ऑन अ वीडियो कॉल. तो दिस विल बी,
ठीक है. ठीक है.
इसमें कोई इशू नहीं आएगा. ठीक है, डोंट वरी.
Okay. Okay.
एवरीथिंग इनटू द सिस्टम. ठीक है.
Okay.
ठीक है, तो ये
Right.
था प्रोसेस. सॉरी.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so let's say now my stock has been ready. मेरे पास में प्रोडक्शन में आ गया है. Now the final quantity ready with us. So the next thing is कि I will dispatch it through invoice, right? ठीक है, so to make the invoice against that order, we have to go to this transaction module. Let's say if I go to this transaction, ठीक है, and इसके against में, let's say if I want to create an invoice, I want to dispatch the material, right? Because it is ready now into my stock. So what I'll do is I will here onto this transaction name. And I will just, if you go here, we have an option of create document. ठीक है, तो create document पे if you click, you will get a list of option from where you can create a pro forma invoice, where you can create a delivery,
Okay.
create a tax invoice. Okay, so let's say now directly I am raising a tax invoice. I am directly delivering the material through tax invoice. So what I'll do is I will click on tax invoice. Now my data will auto fetch from my order confirmation. You don't need to do anything here. आप अगर आप यहाँ देखते हो, so the detail will fetch automatically. Okay, just that, okay, you have to, if you have to see, यहाँ पे आपको दिख जाएगा सारी डिटेल. You can add the account detail of your company, that is the bank details. You can add the terms and condition of your invoice. You can add the logistic details. Okay, so all of the present here into this invoice, and you can directly save and send this invoice. Since invoice is a legal document, so that is why it will show you the warning. Okay, this is the confirmation. You have to just click on yes, and your invoice will get ready. This is the format for the invoice. Your logo, everything. And in case against this invoice, you can make a credit note, you can make a debit note, you can print, you can make the package list, you can send the dispatch list also, you can enter the e-way bill number also against this invoice. Okay. So present here, and we will be having a separate session for this, जहाँ पे I will explain you all these things. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे सारी चीजें present है against this invoice. Okay. I go for this view transaction. So now, if you see here, the before once I create the invoice, okay, so it will show me and has sent approval request to store for reducing the inventory. That means के that is जब मैंने आपको बताया था, right, कि we have an approval system whenever the material is going the system or something is coming into the system. Okay, so you have to approve it from the inventory. So if I go to the inventory module, this process can be automated. If you want to automate this approval, so we can automate this. तो यहाँ पे एक approval tab है जहाँ से you can approve this. The person who is handling the store, he or she can approve this. Let's say if I click on approve, once I approve this, तो जो material मैंने dispatch किया है, right now 0. Okay, you get 1 second. Okay. वो क्या item था वो, 1 second. Oil.
आदित्य दीपम ऑयल था,
100 ml था ना वो, 200 ml या this one. तो अब देख रहे हो यहाँ पे इसका 0 पे दिखा रहा है. ठीक है. Now let's say if I want to check the inventory history of that item, so let's say if I click on this item, so it will show the history of that item. Okay, we have added the quantity by production 1000. So now the new quantity was 1000. ठीक है, and we have less the quantity 1000 through this invoice. Okay, on the price of 30. तो यहाँ पे वो अभी मेरा new quantity is 0. You can download this report as well. So let's say if you want to check the history of that item, ठीक है, and this detail is also present in the report section also. ठीक है, but this is the just glimpse of inventory history. ठीक है.
Okay.
This is the process of sales.
Shabir,
Yeah, tell me.
am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So, for example, whatever the 20-30 invoices I'm raising in that particular week, we want to know in that invoice there are so many SKUs. Okay. So we want SKU wise what is our sale data. Okay. Like for example, now you have shown that report where the Kartikeya 200 ml has gone. This is because we have made the invoice only for that particular item. Okay. Right. But every invoice is going to contain 6 to 7 items. Okay. But end of the week, I want to know in this week how many 200 ml I have sold, how many 1000 ml I have sold. That is called, we call it as a SKU wise sales. Okay. That will give an idea to plan which SKUs are moving fast, which SKUs are slow moving, which is our cost driver, which is laggers and everything. Okay. Okay. So just make a note.
आपकी आवाज चली गई.
Okay, चला गया. I don't know. Am I audible now?
Yeah, very slowly, but yes, ठीक है. I can hear you. Very.
ठीक है. कल SKU wise हमारा सेल डाटा चाहिए. वो कहाँ कैसा लेना है वो आप ट्रेनिंग सेशन में एक्सप्लेन करिए. Today at least we can wind up this meeting. So you can share all the details to the team. Let them practice for 1-2 days. On Saturday, Sunday, I will also just practice and we'll come back with the.
तो हमारा परचेज फ्लो बचा हुआ है, सो वो परचेज फ्लो कर लेते एक बार, या मतलब पहले सिर्फ सेल्स वाला ही कर लेते.
Yeah, you can continue.
Hello.
Yeah, you can continue because all the people are there.
Right. आपकी आवाज चली गई फिर से. I don't know what happening. Okay. So जो आप बता रहे थे the reporting part, right? Let's see if you want to get the report, right? The everything about the SKU wise, कि मेरा month wise कितना SKU का sell हो रहा है, right? So let's say if I go to the report section, okay. So total we have a total of 69 different types of report. okay, which where we have a 5 to 7 types of sales report, purchase report, right? So let's say if you want to see the report item wise, right? Item wise sale kya ho raha hai, SKU wise. So we have a report called as sales invoice register item wise. Okay, so let's say if you click on this report, it will ask you to give the filters. You can select the filters, okay, कि कब को कब से लेके कब तक देखना है. So let's say I'm selecting invoice date from 1st of this month to let's say today's date, 26th of this month. Okay, then you can also, if you want to see the report through company wise, कि मेरे को specifically अगर एक ही company का देखना है, so I can select the company name here. Okay, then you have to just generate this report, and once you generate this report, it will give you the list of all the items which you have sell from 1st of November to 26th of November. Okay, this is an item wise report. What happened? Okay, sorry. So currently we have sell only one item, so that is why it is showing only one item. ठीक है? So यहाँ पे you will see कि यहाँ पे सारा details आ जाता है invoice का, then item का detail आ जाता है कि ये item sell हुआ है, इसका कोड क्या था, कितने पीस का sell हुआ है, इसका रेट क्या था, total before discount, total after discount, everything is present here. ठीक है, यहाँ पे लेट्स से आपका टोटल नीचे सम भी दिखेगा. लेट्स से इफ यू हैव अ 10 आइटम्स, राइट, तो यहाँ पे 10 आइटम का सेल सारा कुछ दिखेगा. देन वी आल्सो हैव एन एडिशनल कॉलम प्रेजेंट इन दिस रिपोर्ट. ठीक है, सो लेट्स से इफ यू वांट टू हाइड समथिंग फ्रॉम दिस रिपोर्ट, इफ यू वांट टू शो समथिंग इन द रिपोर्ट, तो वो आप यहाँ से चेंज कर सकते हो. सो टोटल वी हैव लाइक 50 to 60 हेडर्स इन दिस रिपोर्ट. You can report according to you. Okay. Hello. This is the one thing. ठीक है कि यहाँ से you can, अब इसमें क्या है ना, डेटा बहुत हमारा है because we haven't created this data. ठीक है, but let's say when we start the document, it will show you the data SKU
Voice
wise.
is not clear.
Sorry.
Voice is not clear.
Hello. Hello. Am I audible now? आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही है.
You can continue, Shailesh.
Right. Then also I will just explain you one मतलब ये थी ना कि we can have a separate session for this also, but ठीक है, इसमें we have a one feature also which is a group by data. Okay, in Excel we all know कि we have a function for pivot table, right, where we can summarize. Okay, so in the same way वहाँ यहाँ पे भी we have a groupable column. So let's say if you want to see the report item wise, ठीक है, या let's say if you want to see the report on a month wise sales, के month wise मेरा sale क्या हो रहा है, so you have to just select the invoice date monthly, so it will show you the month wise report of sales कि नवंबर में मेरा 1000 पीस का सेल हुआ है, उसका टोटल रेट क्या था, उसका टोटल अमाउंट क्या था, उस पर टैक्स क्या था. ठीक है, दिस इज अ मंथ वाइज. देन सेकेंडली लेट्स से इफ आई वांट टू सी द रिपोर्ट कि मुझे अगर लेट्स से आइटम के थ्रू एसकेयू वाइज देखना है, सो पे वो आ जाएगा एसकेयू वाइज कि दीपम ऑयल का कितना सेल हुआ है, टोटल उसका वैल्यू कितना है, और यहाँ पे इट विल शो यू ऑल ऑफ द एसकेयूज जो कि यहाँ पे आप जिसका सेल्स का सेल करोगे. अभी यहाँ पे एक ही आ रहा है बिकॉज वी हैव सेल ओनली वन आइटम. ठीक है, so it will give you the detail through by SKUs. Similarly, let's say if you want to see कि ये SKUs का month wise क्या सेल हुआ है, because let's say if you want to see for let's say past 6 months, ठीक है, तो you have to just invoice date, invoice date let's say मैं monthly select करता हूँ. So now it will come like कि कार्तिकीय दीपम ऑयल नवंबर में कितना सेल हुआ है, कार्तिकीय दीपम ऑयल अक्टूबर में कितना सेल हुआ है, कार्तिकीय दीपम ऑयल दिसंबर में कितना सेल हुआ है. तो it will show you like this. This is like a pivot table में we can mold the data whatever we want, right? We have to just select the
right.
ठीक है, so here you can select the data. Then the second thing is कि let's say यहाँ पे also we have a feature कि if you want to see कि state wise sale क्या हो रहा है, ठीक है, कौन से स्टेट में सबसे ज्यादा सेल हो रही है, तो you can select the state also. तेलंगाना में मेरा इतना सेल हुआ है, इतने अमाउंट का सेल हुआ है. तो this feature is present in every report. ठीक है, you will get everything what you want from the system, but the major thing is that the primary thing is that we have to give the input, right? So that the output in any way we can mold the data in this form.
Okay.
ठीक है, Satish ji, are you clear about this?
Yeah.
Okay, right. So this is the one thing of sales part. Okay, where we have completed the sales flow. Okay, this is the tax, and then coming to the payments part, which I think Dave sir has asked me for, right, in the starting. So let's say here we have a separate module for payment. Okay, so let's say if I click on this payment module, okay, so it will show me the receivable, the payables, the amount which has been received, and the amount which has been paid to the supplier. These are the four tabs which are present. All of the sales invoice will be come here in this receivable section. Okay.
Okay.
Then let's say if now let's say the thing is if I paid the payment. Okay, let's say if I receive the payment from the client from Yesri Karthik Enterprises. Okay, so what I need to do is I have to go into this and I have to log the payment. So let's say if I go to click on this, if I go and log the payment, that means now I'm making the entry for the receipt. Okay, so I have to give the payment date. Let's say this is the payment 26 and select log payment. So once I log the payment, so now my receivable will come here into my receive section. Get this much of amount has been received. Okay.
Okay.
So in the same way, whatever the purchase invoice which you will book into the system will come under this payable section. From here, you can able to see what are your payables. Okay. And once you pay to your customer, pay to your supplier, that will come here into this paid section. And
Okay.
also present to see the outstanding on the month wise, on the year wise, everything is present in the report. Okay.
Okay.
Dave sir is there in the meeting.
Yeah, we all are there. We all are there.
So is he clear, right? Sir, are you clear?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, so this is about the payment module, right? So payment module is very simple. Okay, and you will get a list of report for the accounting also, where you can able to see your outstanding on a month wise, on a year wise, right? So these are things which are the aging report is also there. The creditors aging info, the debtors aging info, where you can have a look at that aging. के payment कब कब आने वाला है, next quarter में कितना आने वाला है, next to next quarter में कितना आने वाला है. So that thing is present into the reports. Okay. Then coming to the last flow, which is the purchase flow. Okay, ठीक है. So purchase flow will be the same as like sales flow. You have to come to this transaction part. Okay. And then now let's say if I want to procure something, okay, if I want to procure a label or procure any of the raw material, so we need to create a purchase order in the system. So if I come to this transaction part, what I'll do is I have to go to this new transaction where we have an option to create a new purchase order. Okay, so let's say if I click on this purchase order, it will ask me for a supplier company. ठीक है कि मुझे किस कंपनी से खरीदना है, दैट मींस कि किस कंपनी से प्रोक्योर करना है. लेट्स से आई एम सेलेक्टिंग हियर जेके एरोमेटिक्स एंड परफ्यूमर्स. ओके, फॉर एग्जांपल राइट नाउ. ओके, it will open up my document format. So in Transact, one thing is common, which is the document format. If you see the document formatting for all of the document, which is same. So if you learn to create one document, you can able to create any of the document as well. You have to just focus. You have to just learn one document. Okay, what are the fields? What are the things which are present into documents? ठीक है. So यहाँ पे now it will come the PO number. You have to give the delivery date of this. Okay, when you are expecting the material to come from your supplier. Let's say I'm taking 30th of this month. You have to give. Let's say I'm taking your order for. Let's say I'm taking order for garlic. ठीक है. Then I have to give the detail of that item. So let's say I'm selecting here garlic. You have to select. Let's say I'm selecting here garlic. Okay, how much of kgs? Let's say I'm selecting कि मुझे 1 ton चाहिए, which is 1000 kgs. Now if you see the HSN code is not present in the master, so that is why we have to give the HSN code here manually. Okay, let's say for example I'm writing 8421. Okay, the tax is not present in the master, so I have to select tax here from the drop down. Okay, कि मेरा 18% tax लगता है. Let's say I'm taking rupees, for example I'm taking let's say 50 rupees. So my 50,000 will amount will be there. Total tax 18% will be 9,000. If I want to procure more item in the same
Tejo, for the whatever the material where there is no GST, you have to write as a 0. Then he will understand. Okay. Don't keep it blank. You have to write as a 0 or whatever percentage of GST. Here in garlic there is no GST, so you have to mention 0. Okay.
Okay, scrolling down, if you see here, then the same fields, extra charges, right? Then the tax calculation, the total amount, right? So everything is there, which is a self-explanatory. If you see the document, which is a self-explanatory, you can give the additional detail, you can give the terms and condition of your PO, you can add up the comment here. So everything is same to the order booking. Okay, everything is same. Then if you click on the 7 cent, then your PO is ready. You have to just give the PO date and everything. You have to just give the field of the item, and now your PO is ready. Okay, and if you click on this view transaction, a new transaction timeline will be present here into this system. Okay, so if I go and check this into my transaction dashboard, so it will look like this. Okay, and depending upon access, let's say if you have given the access to the sales team कि उनको purchase के transaction नहीं दिखना चाहिए, so you can set up the access as well कि the person who is handling the purchase thing, he or she can only view the purchase transaction. The person who is handling the sales thing, he or she can only view the sales transaction. These things are system में present. Okay, already system में present है. ठीक है. So the next part is okay, let's say once you make the PO now, okay, the second thing is okay, now the supplier will send you the material. You will get the material, right? You will, if you have ordered the garlic, now you will receive the garlic from your supplier. Okay, so once you receive the material from the supplier, what you need to do is okay, let's say if you click on this transaction, now the next document would be the inward of document. Okay, we have to make the entry of inward. So if I go to this create document, now every time after the PO, if you want to make any document, you have to go to this create document. Okay, so let's see if I click on this create document, it will show me an option of inward document. So let's say I'm selecting this inward document. Okay, अब यहाँ पे you don't need to do anything. You have to just give the quantity. Okay, how much of quantity you have received. You have ordered 1000 kgs. So how much of quantity you have received from your supplier. In any case, let's say if you have received the partial quantity, you can add up the partial quantity here. Let's say 500 kgs, 700 kgs, or in case if you have received the full quantity, you have to just give this 1000 kgs and you have to just go and click on 7 cent. This will not take more than 1 minute to make the inward. Okay, so this is how your inward is ready. That means that now the material is in your stock, in your godown, okay, in your factory. Okay, so here, so do you make a GRN of that ginger? Do you have a one level of testing? आप उसकी testing वगैरह करते हो? GRN बनता है अभी?
क्या इनवर्ट में GRN बनता है, but टेस्टिंग नहीं है GRN.
Okay, so right after, once you save the inward, if you see here, you will get an option to create a GRN against this inward. ठीक है, हमने PO बना के भेजा, we have sent the PO, we have created the inward, and now it will show you an option to generate the GRN. So let's generate GRN. Here also, it will not take much time, right? Or everything will get fetched from the PO. You have to just give the quantity, okay, how much of quantity you have accepted and how much of quantity you have rejected. Since in the system, we have only the quantitative testing. We don't have the quantitative testing because every raw material will having its own parameters and own specification, right? So that is why here you have to just give the accepted quantity, okay, how much of the quantity you have accepted and how much of the quantity you have rejected. In case if you want to give some reason, let's say if you have rejected 100 kg, okay, or let's say 10 kg, 15 kg, maybe, or what will be the number, okay? So in case if you want to give some reason, so you can add up here in the comment so that you can easily see this comment in the report, okay? Or else if you make any certification, let's say if you have a proper certification for the GRN, so you can attach that certification here in this attachment option. We have an option to attach the file here. You can attach the file, maybe it Excel, maybe it everything. Okay, we have an option to attach the file. Okay, so you have to just give the quantity and you have to just click on 7 cent. So this is how your GRN will be created. Okay, so the quantity accepted, and once you make the entry of the GRN, the system will show you the comment that has sent approval request, because as I mentioned earlier, whenever something is going out from the system, whenever something coming into the system, so the inventory approval is there. We can automate this if you want, but for now it is manual process. So we have to go to this inventory and we have to approve this. Okay, we have to approve this GRN process. So once we approve this, and now if I go to the inventory and if I check the stock for the garlic, let's say if I go and check the stock for garlic, which we have procured it, so it will show me 1000 kgs. So now 1000 kgs garlic is in my stock. Okay, this is clear?
Clear.
Okay. Right. Okay. And the last thing in this flow is okay, whatever the invoice which we have received from the supplier, we have to punch the invoice here, right? So the same thing, we will go for the create document, we'll select the tax invoice here. It will fetch all the detailed. Okay, now the thing is we have to, because the supplier will send you the invoice, right? So you have to give the invoice number of the supplier. So I will just mention here the invoice number of the supplier, the date. I can select the payment term here so that my payment date will auto calculate. Let's say if I have a payment term for net 30, so my payment date will automatically come here. Okay, and all of the detail will come automatically from my PO. Okay, I have received 1000 kgs. If you want to add some extra charges, let's say if your supplier has charged you for transportation, for freight charge, so you can add up those charges here into this extra charges. Let's say I'm taking here freight charges, let's say 200 rupees. Okay, in case if you want to add the tax on that freight charge, so you can also add the tax on that freight charge. Okay, so this will sum up here into this my total amount, and we can create the invoice. And this is how my purchase flow will get completed. We have sent the PO. Once the supplier has sent us the material, we have created the invoice, we have made the GRN, we have approved the inventory approval, and the final thing is we have created the invoice. And this invoice, if I go to the payment section, it will appear into my payable section. That is, okay, this much of amount I have to pay to JK Aromatics and Perfumers. Okay, and let's say if you are doing the payment, so you have to log the payment. Or let's say if you are doing a partial payment, for example, let's say I am go to this action log payment from 59,000, I'm just paying, let's say 30,000. So I will just mention here 30,000. I have to give the payment date here. Okay, I can select the payment account, I can select the payment mode. Okay, and I will just log the payment so that it will show my payable as like, okay, 59,000 was my amount to pay, 30,000 has been already paid, and the balance is 29,210. Okay, so this is the complete flow of like purchase, sales, accounting, and everything. We will also be having a session for this, a detailed session for this. Once you watch the video and once you practice this, once you explore this, we can have a session on to solve your doubts, right? But the first thing, the priority should be to make the changes in the data first, so that I will
Okay.
the correct data here. Okay, and I will give you the login credential of the profile tomorrow in the morning.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
And the thing is, right now we have just covered a 50% of the system. We have a vast, okay, we have lots of module in the system. Okay, so once we start this basic thing, we will go for the advanced things. Okay, which will ultimately help you to streamline your business. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
The major thing is to input the data first. Okay, so do you have any doubt in this, or in case if you have not understand anything, just let me know, or we can end this session. Just please.
No, we can end it, and once we practice it, definitely come back with the more queries and clarifications.
Right. So what I'll do is I will add the user, whatever the details which you have sent it to me, I will add them. You will receive a login credential on your email. Okay, but the main thing is first you just explore it, you just go and create the document. Okay, so what I'll do is you have to complete 2 flow of purchase, you have to complete 2 flow of sales. Okay, in the next 2 days, in the let's say on Friday and Saturday. Okay, so that we can sit over a video call in the next week on Tuesday, because I am on leave on Monday. Okay, so we can sit over a video call on Tuesday and we can have a discussion. Okay, what are the issues which you have faced? Okay, but before that you have to complete 2 flows of sales and 2 flows of purchase, right? Okay, that will be okay, right?
Yeah, they can do.
Yeah.
Okay.
And one more thing, okay, one more thing which is a important thing. So let's say if you face any issue while creating any document, or when you stuck at anything, okay, so the thing is, let's say if I'm in a meeting, so I won't be able to receive your call, right, on an urgent basis. Okay, so we have a support team, we have a dedicated support team who looks onto your issues, on the client's issues, right? So what you need to do is, in the system on the left, or if you see on the right, okay, bottom right corner, we have an option of support chat. If you see here, the chat icon is present. Okay, so if you click on this, it will open up the window here. Okay, and you can chat with our customer support. Okay, we have a live support, we have a real-time support. Okay, so you can send us a message. Okay, you can send us a message, we are facing these issues, we are stuck at this PO, we are anything. So you will get a reply in a minute. Okay, usually we reply in a 1 or 2 minute. Okay, this is the first thing. And second thing is that we have a transact knowledge center. So let's say if you want to look at your problem by your own, okay, so we have built a knowledge center where we have listed 700 videos, FAQs are present. Okay, so let's say if you click on this transact knowledge center, we have an option for transact knowledge center. It will give you the link. Okay, let's say if you click on this link, okay, so now it will show you all of the information about transact, every detail, every single video is present about transact here. Okay, the most popular article, let's take onboarding toolkit. Let's say if you want to have a look at the sales flow, the purchase flow, the profile, how to set up the profile, what is network data, what is network thing, what is general settings, right? So everything is present here. You have to just click on this and you can be able to see the video. You can directly click on this and it will show you the video. Okay, the same thing is, okay, we have a list of like FAQs also. Okay, let's say if you want to have a look at the FAQs, for example, if I go for the frequently asked question, which is FAQs, and let's say if I want to search here, now let's say if I want to have a look at, okay, how to create a PO, okay, and I will just search it out. I will click on enter. So it will give me a list of articles related to creating PO. So the very first thing is, how can I create a purchase order? So let's say if you want to have a look at it, you have to just click on this and it will show you the article it will show you the steps with the screenshot, okay, where you have to go, where you have to click. Okay, so everything is present here into this transact knowledge center. Okay, so it will help you to learn the transact in a better way. So everything is present here into this knowledge center. Okay.
Done.
If you see, we have a self-learning also where you can have a look at the training videos for each and every department. Purchase department, sales department, design department, production department. So everything is present here. Okay. Okay. So please let me know if you have any doubt or I will be ending this session for now. Anything, Mr. Satish?
क्षितिज जी,
Yes, tell me.
ये पीओ मैंडेटरी है क्या परचेज का?
हाँ, बिफोर मतलब अगर आप पीओ नहीं बनाओगे तो
वी वोंट रेज एनी पीओ अभी तक रेज नहीं करेगा. वी वोंट रेज एनी पीओ परचेज ऑर्डर.
But if you want to track all of other things, right, कि कितना स्टॉक में आ रहा है, what is the current stock for purchase raw material, so the PO is a mandatory thing. मतलब PO बनाए बिना आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते.
Okay.
Purchase में PO is the very initiator document, and if you have not created the PO, you won't be able to invert the raw material, you won't be able to make the GRN, you won't be able to punch the purchase invoice. आपको आपका payable भी नहीं दिखेगा. ठीक है. So the very first thing is, for every single raw material, okay, for every single raw material, we need to create a purchase order from the system, and it will help you, right? It will help you track कि कितना purchase हो रहा है on a monthly basis, on a weekly basis, on a yearly basis.
Okay.
Okay. And once you make the PO, then the things will get automatic.
Hello.
Yeah, tell me.
Done, क्षितिज जी.
Okay, so I will be ending this session. Okay, so I will connect you tomorrow, Teja. Or to sit on the data plan. Okay, I will explain you what are the plans that will be there in the data. Okay.
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 Done.
So
Thank you.
Thank you, Shabib.
Practice it. Okay.
Yeah.
ठीक है?
Thank you. Good night. Good night.
Okay, thank you.
Good night.